Good morning, how's it going? It's the 7th of February and we are well into calving. Tomorrow, the 8th of February, is our planned start to calving. Our planned start is basically a standard gestation or calving length from our first day of breeding. 1st of May gives us the 8th of February. Now, due to genetics, some cows and the bulls they use that have shorter gestations, so they may be due to calves. The first is due to calve, the 4th. And naturally enough, some will come early anyway. Normally for the 8th of February, we have about 10% of the herd calved. We'll have a handful in the last few days of January, and then, you know, it'll slowly start to pick up 5 or 6 a day for the first week, and we hit around 10% calf. This year though, cows are springing up fast, they're calving fast. We've been hitting double digits, 14, 16 cows calving a day. A couple of times this week already. We've over 70 cows calved, so at the rate we're going to have 20% of the herd calved by the 8th of February. Talking to a few other people, they seem to be having a similar experience. One of my lights has gone to dairy, I'm not sure why. We get the tank set up here. So it is a good complaint. It's great to have cows calving early and getting things up and going, getting milk in the tank. We'll take the pressure off of later, hopefully, that we, you know, having so many cows calved early, there won't be a big burst later on. The only problem is we're a bit understaffed at the moment. There's just a few of us here, and I have a few people coming in a couple of weeks, but for the first few weeks of February, it's going to be tough going. We are very busy. Hopefully come March, we'll have a full team and things will be back a bit more closer to normal, or a bit more relaxed. So if the videos get a bit slow or I miss a week, you'll know I'm under a lot of pressure. But I'm going to do my best to keep the videos going out. Okay, there's all the milkers on now, milking away. We went for silicone liners this year. They're more expensive, but they last longer, so in the long run they work out about the same price. I think they're supposed to be a little bit slower milking, but they're supposed to be more gentle on the cows, so we'll see. Okay, while I'm waiting for them to milk, I'm going to bring on the colostrum, start stripping these, paddling them. So you can see we got a tape system. This one's got green tape, green yellow tape. They all got different colour tapes. Well, depending on the day they calved. So today is the 7th of February, which is green. So basically today all the ones with green tape are clear. We'll CMT test them and put them into the milking mob. They probably all calved on the 3rd of February. Okay. Ugh. I'm so pissed off right now. Oh, I can't curse on this, but oh my god, really messed up here. Mistake. This handle right here, this is where we divert calf milk for taking milk off. Before I start milking, I change this over to drain out any water that was sitting here from the wash. And I forgot to change it back. There's milk all in the chemical store. That is really sickening. Really sickening. Today's first milk collection. I want to get as much milk into the tank as possible. I can't curse. I gotta stop cursing. The worst thing about it is now I'm busy. I need to take out all those IVCs and everything out of there to wash that properly. Otherwise, this room's going to get stink. Oh, not my day. Not my day. Right, so spilt milk. We'll move on. Nothing we can do about it. Anyway, over here, this cow with green tape. We get a sample of each quarter into our CMT, California milk test. Add in a bit of this stuff, mix it up. If it runs nice, clear. If it turns gooey, she's high cell count. None of them are gooey, that's good. So the new cows just calved. They've just been milked for the first time. They're going to get some dose. Dose to just cover them for fluke and worms. We find dosing at calving is the best time to do it. Right, so GoPro batteries don't do well in cold, so I ran out of batteries this morning. Cows are out of grass. Milk and Mob are out full time now since yesterday, and Cluster Mob are only out by day. They stay in by night regardless of the weather. Just getting another pen ready here for the calves. There's actually 2 pens. We'll be closing that gate. We're going to get a bale in here now, bed up this half of the pen because these 2 pens are getting full. And I want to give this one a bit of a rinse and rinse the front of this yard before we start using them. So I need to move that straw out. So it's got to go in that pen. There's a bit of moving around. Is it 100% necessary? Maybe not, but it's better if it is. Now, should record that as a time lapse, but that will speed it up some way. Here we go, pen ready. That's pen 6. Pen 7 now is ready to go, but as I said, I want to move the straw bales out of pen 4. I can put them in here now that that's ready. And then we can try get this rinsed out and pen 5 rinsed out and clean up this yard. You see the top part of the yard's been cleaned, but bottom of the yard could do another wash. Yeah. Calves, Herefords, Anguses, Friesians. Onto our third pen here as well. The ones in this shed are heifer calves. We're probably getting near to lunch. We're probably getting hungry for milk. So these are all heifer calves. We drop all the heifers into this shed. Just makes it easier to keep the replacements together because they're not going to move until they're weaned. All the other calves are going to be for sale. If you are interested in buying calves, we will have some for sale. Check out the description of this video. You'll see a link to my website. There's a contact form on that. Send me a message. If you are interested in buying calves, it's probably the easiest way to get in contact. We usually spray the navels twice when they're born and then when we bring them up, just to make sure that they're done. Onze. 11. So 20 in each pen, but we'll start the next pen before like one pen is full, because if you have calves coming in, normally they're only going to be a couple of days apart. You know, you want to make sure that the calves are onto the barrel and drinking well before they go in the pen with calves who are on the barrel and drinking well. Plus it's easier to manage small baby calves in smaller pens, smaller batches. So
hey. Hi.
Now, let's go. So we're feeding a bit of bale silage here for the milkers. It's fourth cut. It's a little bit wet, but it's looking really nice stuff. Very leafy. Haven't got it tested yet, but might send off test results for that soon. Yeah, looks quite good. Now the milkers are out full time. I just let them have a pick of that in the morning after milking. Just a little bit, you know, as they're still transitioning, mainly eating grass now that they're out day and night with a bit of meal in the parlour. What I've done now is the colostrum mobs. The cows just calving the last 5 days, milking once a day. They're getting 2.5 kilos in the parlour, and then they're in by night on the bale silage. Then they're going out today by grass. So when they go into the milking mob then, which is still being milked once a day for the moment, we will go on twice a day. I suppose when we have time. A bit busy at the moment. But the milking mob then out full time at the moment while the weather's good. Yes, the milkers then are getting 3.5 kilos in the parlour. Their milk is going to the bull tank to be sold. First collection was today. I didn't actually look at what it was, but it's going to be very little. It's only going to be a few hundred litres. Hello Kelly, you're already here. Right, here's the milking mob. You can see they already had started piling up, because once they got to 4 o'clock. Right Kelly, bring your man. So they're just grazing here beside the yard. And you'd have them close to the yard, particularly when you're bringing them in the evening and that. We're going to try to divide these now between the 30s and the 40s, so I might want to go through the middle of them. Get up here and 5, 6, 7. Go with that. 9. I'll put the first half of them in the 30s, let the second half into the 40s. Is, I think, too many. There's more than 40 of them here. So, they've been doing pretty good, but this is what happens when you don't bring them in on time. I was out taking a few soil samples last night. Was out there a bit longer and forgot to say to someone to let them in earlier, so they were piled up standing there for an hour or so. They just mucked it up. It's a bit soft right there at the corner too. Open this gate as well. Now. Hang on, good girl Kelly. Beautiful evening. It's the red one, heifer cat with mastitis. She always have a few of them, a couple of tubes, and she's much better now. She's just in her withdrawal. Wasn't bad, but pain when it's a heifer. We don't teat seal the heifers. A few years ago we had quite a lot of mastitis in the heifers, and I was thinking of teat sealing them, but we didn't. But I think we did put a bit more emphasis on liming more the cubicles and Also making sure when we're putting out the minerals, we're putting out the right amount. Sometimes you can get issues if you put out too much minerals. So if you have 100 cows in the cubicles and you're feeding them X amount of minerals, and then they start calving, and you don't change the amount of minerals you're feeding that group, and next thing there's only 50 or 60 cows in it, you're overfeeding them the minerals, and it can cause some of the heifers to kind of flag up in their udders. Okay, back out here where they were today, and pretty good residual. Looking really good there. Just a few, they weren't hungry, a few bits that they could take off a bit more, but happy with that. I'm actually just going to move the wire over and then back out here again tomorrow. Maybe it would be better to back fence it, I don't know, or else I could just move that wire over here. I could let him in on the concrete there tomorrow. That might be a shout. Yeah, do you know what? I'll do that. Be better for it. It's not going to rain or anything, so it wouldn't do any damage coming back out here, but sure. Oh, it's getting pretty dark here. This is where the camera really starts to fail. Anyway, it's only starting to get dark. It's nearly 6 o'clock. So I'm going to move these cows, set up a wire for tomorrow, and check cows and finish in a reasonable time this evening. Despite this morning being quite long, I didn't get in for breakfast till after 11 o'clock. That's going to be all for today.